What's up? I'm back with another video, and I'm just writing, just chilling, you know. Um, what's interesting about today is that I made some establishments within myself. First of all, today, obviously, I listen to music too loudly, and I just need to fix that. I don't want to become deaf, but at the same time, we already know that if you just continue on a trend, then that trend will fuck you up. And then not only that, we know that I might already be deaf no matter how much I try to fix myself because the damage is already done and the damage comes in slowly but surely. But by like maybe 30 years, I might have to start wearing hearing aids. But I don't want to get to that point, which is why I had to get rid of my AirPod. I had to get rid of my headphones and the speaker. You know, a lot of times after I take a shower or during the time I take a shower, I'll listen to music on my speaker. But now I can't do that anymore. That's stupid. That's going to kill me. I just remember those days where I used to sit down and um, be in my bed, and I used to hear the crickets at night. I used to hear the streets going on, like the interstate and all that stuff. And my hearing was really crisp, but now it's not. I can't really hear all that. Now, you could say it's based on probably circumstance. Maybe the neighborhood is a little bit different. Things are a little bit different now. But the truth is, it's just me and my stupidity allowing myself to listen to music and be addicted to music that much. And that's why another thing I'm going to do is limit the amount of music I actually make. After I graduate, I might not do any more music. I might just stop. Because, first of all, the ideas, they run thin. I might not have any more ideas later on. But also, I just have to preserve my hearing. Because a lot of times, the times that I listen to music loudly is usually when I record music. Also, when I go for runs. And also, when I go for runs, I'm not listening to music that loud. I'm not even going to listen to music at all. And that's going to be tiring, but at least I'll protect my hearing and be able to hear everything that's been going on around me, you know? So, that's my particular plan. Um, yeah. I mean, but there's just a lot of other stuff that I'm doing right now. As of right now, I'm trying to get ready for the FE exam. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last video, but I'm going to take it on the 16th. And right now, it's the 10th, which is absolutely insane. It's the most insane thing that I've ever done in my life so far. I don't want to do this. I'm nervous. I'm apprehensive, but I'm going to have to do it. I'm like, that's a life goal for me. My life goal is to pass the FE exam. I don't care about getting the PE. I would love to get the PE, but I don't care about it as much as the FE exam. Do you know that as an engineer, taking the FE exam gets my foot into the door automatically in a way that degrees don't? My degree, anyone can get, really. I feel, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like people can get a bachelor's. A lot of people have gotten bachelor's. I feel like a lot of people can get a master's. Yes, it's a lot thinner. Not as many people get masters. But masters is just 2 years of your life if you make it. So like I feel like anyone could really do that. Now the PhD, on the other hand, that's tough. Like I've heard it's only about maybe like 1% or 0.1% of people in the whole entire world that have a PhD. I don't know. I feel like part of that is really because nobody wants to focus on student loans and all that stuff. They feel like they're going to be in a big financial debt. But also, you got to consider that it's grueling. There's a lot of grueling work. And your professor is your deciding factor on whether you graduate or not. If you don't put in the work, if you don't understand it, if you don't read, if you don't do all that you need to do, then your professor will probably not work with you anymore. It's that serious. It's very different from an EDD or getting your law degree. You know, it's very different. It's different from um, physical therapy, stuff like that. It's just very different. It's different from getting your medical doctor degree. But all I'm saying is, I feel like what's more important than the degree is how you retain the information. Do you remember how to retain it? And that's where the FE exam comes in. The FE exam is about, okay, do you remember all these concepts and how do you use these concepts? And then the PE is, of course, um, it's a bigger test because it goes through the overall like how do these concepts help with engineering. So yeah, it's tough. So I'm going to take it. But before I take it, there's some things that I have to realize. First of all, this week I'm going to have to do some heavy studying. No exception. Like I'm going to have to understand everything that's in my study book, front and back. I got to be able to do these problems. I got to understand and write a lot. That's what I have to do. That's the first thing. The second thing is on the day of the exam, I'm going to have to get a good amount of rest, get a lot of coffee to help wake myself up. And yeah, you see, these are the things that I haven't done with my last test. My last test, I took the FE exam, I didn't pass it because I wasn't awake. I was there, but I was just staring off into oblivion and I wasn't really focused. So now I understand and I'm putting these things in perspective and I'm going to do a lot better than I did last time. Now, whether I pass it, it depends. If you think about it, the FE exam, it really depends on how others do. If others do really well, then I don't think the curve will go to me. I think they will be like, so you didn't pass because everyone did so well and you did not so well, but the curve was too high to even think about. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. We'll see. And everyone right now, with the help of AI, is going to do well. I guarantee you. There should be no excuse. And I'm saying this to myself as well. There should be no excuse to why no one should pass the FE exam. Because AI is really helping us throughout every single point of our lives. It's helping us through school, it's helping us through work. It's just it's just a lot. And I feel like if we can just utilize it in a really great way, it will help us in that aspect. And that's what I'm doing. I'm actually studying using AI to help me. Now, whether I pass or not, that's the thing because I haven't done as much studying as I should. It was December of last year, and I wanted to take the FE exam. I was so ambitious, um, partly because that's on one of my list of things to do, and also because um, I just I was a pussy. I didn't want to take it, so um, now I'm taking it. I gotta take it. If I don't take it, then I will not accomplish one of my life goals. Literally, I don't care as much about the PE. I want to pass the FE exam. I have a lot of other goals too. Um I have albums. Well, not albums. I have music that I want to release. I have some more music. Like I said, I'm probably going to be done after I graduate with the musical aspect of things. But I do want to release a book. I have, you know, a little bit of a book complete. I finished the prelude and 3 chapters, which is a lot for what I've been writing. I haven't written a book like ever. This is my first time working on a whole entire book, and so it's a very daunting task. So I'm just glad that I got the prelude and the first 3 chapters out the way. But now I gotta work on the rest of the chapters plus the postlude. That's gonna be a lot. That's already gonna be a lot. And I I was thinking about a certain date. I was thinking about 2033. That's literally in 7 years. Um, yeah. So July 26th, 2033. That's a long time. But that's what I want to do. Um, I thought about 2037, but that's way, way in the future. And I don't want to like wait that long. 2033 or 2032 might be good. I might try 2032. I don't know. I just don't want it to be too late, and I don't want it to be too early. For example, 2030, that's too early. 2032 sounds too early to come to think about it as well, but we'll see. We'll just see. I also have a lot of other things that I want to do after college, and I don't think there's anything wrong with forward thinking. A lot of people are like, you should not think forward. You should just focus on the present. But how are you going to stay motivated about your goals and objectives if you don't know what's going on in the future? Like, if you don't know what particular goal you want to reach. So, I'm I'm like so focused on what I want to do in the future. Um, and that's helping motivate me to do what I gotta do. Cause like I've mentioned before, I'm not trying to bring all these distractions in. I gotta hone in and focus for at least my 20s and 30s. When I finish my 20s and 30s, then I can just maybe relax a slight bit and focus on trying to get friends and get some people to hang out with and build that support system. I can't be a support unless I support myself, and that's what I'm doing. I gotta support myself right now. Um, in fact, there's someone that I've known for a long time. They went to my high school graduation, and I'm thinking about sending them a happy birthday message, but I know I can't because we're not in the same boat. We're not in the same position anymore. And I'm busy doing what I have to do, and they're busy doing what they have to do. I'm not going to go back and try to make things work. I'm not even going to go forward and make things work. You know, I'm just going to leave them alone, let them be. It hurts, but I have to do this. I have to have someone to remind me to do this because if not, then I'm going to put myself through the same spot and trying to reach out to someone who really doesn't care, and our life paths don't even cross anymore. Everything is different now. I just don't want to make any friends. That's just what it is right as of now. I don't. I know these are like the golden years, the 20s, and you should be trying to make friends and hang out and do other things, but like realistically, this is the grind years. This is the hardcore I need to focus on building myself up years. That's what the 20s should be. It shouldn't be, oh, we're just going to have fun. We're going to go travel and all that stuff. Like, that's the thing, too. You know, I'm over here wasting my money for another person. You know, I should really be saving up my money, racking up, saving my money, and just saving my money to the biggest extent because I'm not rich. And every dollar bill that I lose is a dollar bill that's it's gonna be putting me in a bad spot. So I there were some things I wanted to be membership of, like organizations or stuff like that, but I just really want to save my money, and I'm not going to do those things. I need to save my money to the biggest extent because I'm not rich and I want to be able to do things when I get older. Like for instance, what if there's a medical emergency and there's nothing else I could do besides just pay for that medical emergency or something like that? What if there's a vacation I want to go to and people I want to hang out with, and I'm just not rich enough to even do those things because I wasted all my money in my 20s. Sometimes these things require, um, and I'm sorry to say this, these fucking things require punishment, you know? Like, and you'll understand it later because the truth is, when we get older, there's no one that's going to tell us what to do. There's no one that's going to hold us accountable anymore. Our parents, maybe they might occasionally, but you have to hold yourself accountable. And sometimes holding yourself accountable means that you gotta, like, I guess, punish yourself in a way. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. So, there's just some things that you just can't do. Now, if you have real goals and objectives and you want to accomplish those, you gotta be realistic about that. You gotta, like, make sure you spend money on those goals and objectives. Like, for example, I've always wanted to get a Grammy, but I'm not. But if that was my life goal and objective, as of right now, I would have been spending money on trying to become a member of the Recording Academy and whatever else, fees and dues. I would probably have to spend a lot of money. So that's one thing that I could do, but like I said, that's not my life goal and objective. So why should I worry about that? Why should I put in so much time and attention stressing about that? But yeah, it's all about basically where you spend your money and what you're going to do, because these years are the most important years of your life. What you do defines the rest of your life, basically. If you listen to loud music in your 20s or 30s, best believe you might get to a situation where you're deaf in your 40s or 50s or even 60s. If you spend money on random people that don't add significance to your life, then best believe you're going to be broke. I don't believe in the fallacy of you bless someone, you get blessed. I don't believe in that. I feel like you bless someone, but the blessing may not come back to you. It will never come back to you. I don't think I don't think it will. I don't think it should. I don't think it has to. I don't think anyone has to bless you. I don't even think the same person has to bless you. The blessing will never come back. Or maybe it might. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like it just won't, realistically. The blessing doesn't always come back to you. So, what am I saying? I'm just saying a lot right now. Um, let's just talk about the main goal. The main goal right now is to pass the FE exam. So I'm going to put in a lot of effort starting today to pass the FE exam. Then, afterwards, I'm going to focus on what's important, which is the the research that I have to do, and my comprehensive exams, which will take place in August. So I need to pass those. Once I do all that stuff, I will be focused and I will get closer to my goals. Um, so far in my 20s and 30s. Um, so yeah, I don't really want any friends. I've had some really bad situations with friends in the past, and COVID really fucked up everything because um, it separated us apart, and yeah, I didn't like that. But you know, we might reach another pandemic because of this hantavirus. We'll see. I don't know.